Right now we're going to talk about writing quadratic equations. These are going to be like the very basic form of a quadratic equation. They get more complex, but this is just the basics here. So the format that we use when we write a quadratic equation is this y equals ax squared. And all you need to do is figure out what value do you plug in for a, and then you've got this form of your quadratic equation. So a is actually going to be half of your second difference. So when you look at your table, the first thing you need to do is find your first difference. Okay? If your first difference is not consistent, then we know that we need to look for a second difference. So we're going to find the difference between these values. And when we do that, we find our second difference is 2. So now we're ready to write this equation. So we know y equals ax squared. A is half of our second difference. So if our second difference is 2, half of that is 1. So our equation would be 1x squared. Okay, let's look at another table and try it again. So in this table here, again, we'll identify our first difference. It's not consistent, so now we're going to identify our second difference. And what we see as our second difference here is -4. So we're going to follow this pattern, y equals ax squared. A is half of this second difference. So my second difference here, it's important for you to notice, is -4. Half of -4 is -2. So our a value is going to be -2. And we plug that in and get -2x squared.